Turn off the lights. Take a deep breath. What if I told you you already crossed into another world today? You just didn't notice. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to tune into what lives in the seams of the real and how to recognize the signs that prove it. Stay with me to the end. Some doors only open when someone holds the flashlight from the outside. Turn off the lights. Set the volume low. Breathe. There's an almost invisible border separating the world you call real from everything that keeps whispering behind it. Tonight we walk that corridor. Between worlds. No rush. No noise. Just library footsteps in a good, dark night. The reality you know works like an old radio. Many stations play at once, but you only hear the one you're tuned to now. When your state changes, the station changes. That's why dimension isn't just a hidden place. It's a way the real arranges itself. A set of rules, densities, and rhythms that shape whatever shows up under your beam of attention. Physics speaks of degrees of freedom, spirituality of layers of consciousness. Everyday life translates it as texture, weight, lightness, intuition. 3 readers, body, mind, and heart, turning the same page together. Picture a character trapped inside a book. Life unfolds on a flat page. There are shadows and pressures, but no view of the hand holding the paper. Often we are that character, noticing only the shadow of a neighboring dimension and calling it coincidence, hunch, or dream. And yet, you cross dimensions every day without naming it. Fear narrows the chest and the world shrinks. Gratitude widens the room and doors open without a sound. The dial turns with breath, attention, and meaning. 2 maps try to describe the same dark territory. One speaks of subtle planes, astral, mental, causal, vertical depths of consciousness where symbol weighs more than object and intention moves walls like wind in a curtain. The other speaks of parallel universes, side-by-side storylines, the same kitchen with the cup in other places, tiny choices shifting the day's entire tone. Depth and width. One explains why an insight heals a body. The other, why a decision changes destinies. They meet where something in you whispers, "This makes sense." Where there is meaning, there is passage. But who turns the dial? In the dark, something watches from behind your eyes. Attention is a flashlight, emotion is the color of its glass, belief is the lens. Cracked lenses make hallways look hostile, coherence restores focus. When thought, emotion, and body click into the same tempo, the beam steadies. Noise ghosts lose their teeth and the scene sharpens. A small gesture, hands on the chest, 60 seconds listening to your heartbeat, the silent question, "What do I want to perceive now?" usually resets the camera. The observer isn't the house, it's the one learning to walk inside it. Here, the physics of mystery speaks in frequency and resonance. Imagine 2 tuning forks. Strike one. The other vibrates without touch. The air, which seems empty, carries the call. The field around you responds to what you are, not to what you say you want. Personal frequency is the sum of thought, emotion, breath, and posture. Coherence draws compatible patterns. Dissonance breeds friction. That's why silence isn't a luxury, it's a tool. Without silence, you can't measure anything accurately. A short ritual, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, recall a feeling that expands you without frenzy, tunes the room. Tuned rooms reveal doors. Perception portals rarely have frames. They live in the gap between 2 thoughts, in that gray vestibule before sleep, in a grove that quiets the chest, in a song that unlocks the back of your neck. Lucid dreams rip the rules off the world for a few minutes. Near-death moments tear the fabric for seconds worth a lifetime. Certain places keep keys on the floor. Cold ruins, empty temples, tied windows. Staying quiet is the price to hear them speak. Not every door is for now. Clean intention is the explorer's glove. Respect is the password that never fails. When you do cross a threshold, the universe tends to blink. Synchronicities are that contact points where distant events touch by meaning. A phrase falling from a book onto the right page, a name surfacing 3 times in 2 days, a message arriving at the exact minute. To train your listening, ask in the morning for 3 clear, benevolent signs, promise 1 micro-action, and close the day by recording what came. The field speaks the language of your state. Anxiety summons caution. Presence calls invitations and openings. Discernment is the flashlight with fresh batteries. Ask for triple confirmations over different days. As the signs thicken, time stops behaving like a straight hallway. Now becomes a corridor of mirrors. Memories aren't frozen displays. They're portals that splash back into the body. Anticipations are rehearsals of a future testing its plug. In curved time, decisions are hinges. Move one and old doors creak elsewhere. Forgiveness oils the gears, guilt locks them. Try this. Revisit an old scene while bringing a different emotion to it. Watch the image shift like ink in water. Suddenly, a muscle lets go, sleep returns, and a knot on your timeline loosens. Between all of this, there is the space between. The pause that makes the music. The fertile empty that gestates forms before they appear. Those who shout fill the between with noise. Those who hush hear instructions. Listen to the end of a sound as it fades. You'll notice texture in the fading. Those grains of silence feed the next note. The modern world is addicted to filling. Windows, pings, rush. Without pores, nothing seats itself in you. 5 minutes a day of doing nothing returns oxygen to the field and opens basements where ideas can breathe. To avoid getting lost, maps help. Archetypes are molds the soul recognizes. Myths and sacred geometries are interfaces that organize panic and curiosity into walkable trails. Choose an anchor symbol, one that expands you and grounds you at once, and talisman it. Give it daily presence and let it give back state when you forget. Your best cartographer is still the body, skin that prickles, chest that opens, gut that tightens. If it shrinks you, it isn't yours. If it expands you with calm, step forward twice. Every serious door has a guard. Sometimes it's fear speaking in an old family voice. Sometimes it's worn-out comfort trying to keep you in a known room. A threshold is the line where habits lose command. The key is rarely to fight. Translate the demand instead. Congruence, readiness, ethics. Declare intention, ask permission in silence, offer a minimum daily discipline, and wait for the body's green light. Discernment here is an adjustable beam. Widen it when paranoia narrows. Narrow it when fantasy gets too wide. The night respects those who respect themselves. When it's time to cross, trust your internal technologies. Breath as metronome, focus as a blade that returns to point without self-blame, visualization with texture, scent, weight, posture as antenna, sound to enter, silence to remain, sleep as a portal that rewrites maps, stimulus hygiene as an electrical diet. One simple protocol consolidates the passage. 3 minutes a day the first week, 7 the second, 21 the third. Consistency lights rooms that talent can't reach. With power comes responsibility. Interdimensional ethics are the foundation. Clear, benevolent intention, consent. Don't rummage through other people's houses uninvited. Protection as hygiene. Close portals with gratitude. Cut dramatic hooks. Reciprocity, give back to the place what the place gave you. And accountability, a practice journal for stumbles and course corrections. If your ethics shrink while your power grows, step back and recalibrate. Returning is also a rite of passage. Then manifestation stops being vague magic and becomes engineering of the unseen. From field to fact. Idea as seed, coherent emotion as water, microactions as roots. Your vibrational signature is the seal on the envelope. The field reads it before opening. Fix the leaks, self-diminishing speech, draining bonds, broken sleep, ethics on sale. Watch the tides of opportunity. There are hours when the floor builds itself under your feet. One line of vision, a matching emotion warming the chest, 3 microactions within 72 hours, a night review, and discreet gratitude closing the loop. Pull the new and the old protests. That's when the crossing becomes healing. Integration is bolting insight into the body, reprocessing memories with new states, allowing subtle tremors to shake old dust out of the joints, practicing self-compassion that disarms inner blades, reparenting versions of you still afraid of the dark. Sometimes it's time for professional help. Therapy, somatic practice, community, ancestral ritual. Courage doesn't need to prove itself alone. Reliable signs of real integration are quiet. Sleep returns, appetite regulates, decisions simplify, you need fewer speeches and smaller crowds. To keep it steady, bring mysticism down to the kitchen. Everyday integration is a minimum viable routine of presence. 10 minutes that don't negotiate with hurry, and curating the room. Bed made, desk clear, one anchor symbol in a protected corner, warm light, tamed noise. Use the 3-signal rule before acting. If you expand, take a small step. If you contract, step back and rebuild your base. If you're confused, pause until the fog drops. In the end, Between Worlds stops being a strange place and becomes a way of walking. You learn to read pauses, to answer synchronicities with microactions, to bend time with forgiveness, to honor the fertile empty, to use maps without worshiping them, to respect thresholds and guards, to practice internal technologies with ethics, to manifest without puncturing the container, to heal and integrate until the whole house breathes slower. Now, turn the lights down one more time. Listen to the room breathe with you. Say softly, "May nothing be done against the greater good. May I return more presents than I take. May my crossings be quiet and benevolent." When you open the door, remember, the world meets you where you are. The other rooms will light up when it's time. If something lit a light within you, charge it now. Leave a comment sharing what synchronicity found you today. Your story could be someone's password. If this video guided you in the dark, like and subscribe. It keeps the flashlight burning longer. Activate the bell so you don't miss future videos. And share this one with the person you know who's been hearing footsteps in the hallway.